Hello! It's me, your Gizmo. I'm making an actual, video. Not a 30-second, not a short. It's gonna be edited. Scary. Well, if you don't know me, I'm an alien VTuber who streams on Twitch. Wow. And if you do know me, you just got a reminder that I stream on Twitch. But first of all, I'd really like to thank you guys for your amazing support this last year. It's been insane. I mean, I haven't even been streaming for a whole half a year yet. Wait, have I? Have I? But anyway, you've shown me all so much love, and I really appreciate you, whether you're spending time with me on stream, watching my videos here on YouTube, or just interacting with me on Twitter. I'm stumbling over my words. I love you all so much. Thank you! Okay, now that I'm done gushing about you guys, I'll actually start talking about the video's topic. I will say this video will break immersion a little, as I'll be telling a lot of real-life Gizmo stories. Ooh. But there's no pictures or anything. Don't get too excited. But let's begin with a simple statement. I am a VTuber. Which you probably already figured out, because I said so. But I'm also autistic. I know some of you might be confused by that. That's okay, everyone has different levels of understanding autism depending on how much exposure you have, or whether or not you've learned about it. Anyway, Autism Spectrum Disorder, or ASD, is a neurological disorder caused by differences in the brain. It's called a spectrum as many people with autism are uniquely affected by it. Some things that are common with autism are repetitive movements and sounds, lack of eye contact, sensory sensitivity, and struggling in social situations. When most people hear spectrum, they think of this, a line with all the colors of the rainbow with two ends. That's how autism is usually represented, with one end being called low functioning and the other end high functioning. Basically saying that autistic people are either able to function well or they can't. This is total crap. Imagine telling someone that just because they can speak well and act air quotes normal, that they only have a little autism. On the outside that makes sense, but in reality, autism is much more complex. The same person with only a little autism could also extremely struggle with change in their routine, have extreme anxiety from meeting new people, and have certain noises feel like nails on a chalkboard to them. So, the autism spectrum that most people think of is very inaccurate. The spectrum should look more like this, a wheel separated like a pie chart, with each slice labeled as a skill or action. Then each of these slices have a certain level to them. For example, someone could have higher emotional feelings than most people, and have lower coordination or speech ability. You might be thinking, Gizmo, that's so complicated. And it is. Autism is complicated. Unfortunately, autistic people are often shoved into two societal boxes. Either the person that can't speak repeats the same noises over and over and is sort of trapped in their own world. Or the genius who doesn't understand emotion but otherwise acts as what society sees as normal. While these two versions of autism certainly exist, they're not the only ones by far. It's okay if you just now understand this. Many people don't really know much about autism if they haven't researched it. I mean, I didn't understand autism as a kid. I only realized after being friends with several autistic people in my elementary school that I realized they're just like any other person, with their own set of unique strengths and weaknesses. And then a bit later I was like, I kind of feel like that. I understand.
Hold up.
And yeah, after researching autism on my own for a few months, I told my parents and they had me get tested. Ironically, they said they had wondered if I could be autistic since I was a little kid, but I assumed I wasn't because I didn't show this typical autism behaviors, which makes sense because only recently has autism began to become more closely understood. I'm not mad at you, Mom and Dad. I'm not. I'm happy that you got me tested. Thank you! And as you can, guess, I was diagnosed with ASD. It was a huge sigh of relief for me. Finally, I had a reason as to why I hated looking at strangers in the eyes, or why I hated the itchy feeling of sweaters, and of course, why everything felt twice as loud to me. I was so excited to finally have a diagnosis that I told everybody. While most people who had known me my whole life were very accepting and happy that I finally had a diagnosis, some people who didn't know me as well changed. It's something that happens to autistic people all the time. Some people instantly think of the stereotypes of autism and think we must just be like that. It discouraged me a lot. And that brings me to, now. Honestly, I think if I'd heard of VTubing a few years earlier, I would have probably become one ages ago. Because I don't like looking at my face. I don't think I'm ugly. I just don't like looking at my face. When I was little, I always wanted to make art videos on YouTube, but I never did because I hated looking at my face and hearing my voice, although I think everyone hates hearing their own voice. But when I discovered VTubers in 2021, I was like, oh my god, this is how I do it! I went through several ideas and failed startups, so many failed startups, but then eventually, Gizmo landed on Earth, ready to spread her dumb jokes and art with the world. Yay! Until today, I had never really said that I have autism publicly. I told a few of my closer friends on Twitter and a few members of my community, but the truth is I was afraid I would lose the support I had gotten simply because I'm autistic. Ever since those certain people changed when I told them of my condition ages ago, I sort of became ashamed of myself. I wish I was normal. I didn't understand why life had to be so hard for me. But now, on World Autism Acceptance Day, April 2nd, if you're not watching this the day it came out, lol. But I am ready to be proud of who I am. I'm ready to accept all of my quirks and struggles because I am learning to love myself again. I hope other autistic people that might be out there watching, that you can learn to accept and love yourself as well. If you want to do something, to start something, but you're holding yourself back just because you're autistic, just start. Being a VTuber has made me so incredibly happy. It's helped me make so many friends and learn new skills. And I would have not done that at all if I hadn't started. And honestly, if you're holding yourself back from your dreams for any reason, like anxiety, ADHD, depression, disability, or anything that makes you feel like you won't be able to accomplish your goal, just try. Who knows, it could change your life for the better. You never know unless you try. Thank you so much for watching this video! I hope my rambling wasn't too confusing. If you would like to know more about ASD, please check out the link in the description. And oh yeah, I'm also holding a fundraiser starting today on my Twitch channel to raise money for ASAN, a charity that fights for the rights of autistic people and helps us live our lives to the fullest. The fundraiser will be going all April, so if you're able to, please consider donating. My Twitch is also linked in the description if you'd like to donate. I've also linked an awesome autistic VTuber in the description. You probably already know her. She's in VShoujo. She's one of the people who really made me believe in myself. Thank you, Haruka! If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like or checking out my other content or platforms. If you have any questions you'd like to ask me about autism, or if you just have something to say, leave a comment below. I'll see you guys later! Yo, bye!